Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. This midday, a murder investigation is underway in Millbank. Joseph Bendel is charged with the crime. He's being held on a $250,000 cash-only bond. The alleged victim is identified as Douglas Lindbergh Jr. Authorities found him injured in a rural home on Sunday night. He died in the hospital on Monday. The Division of Criminal Investigation is working with the Grant County Sheriff's Office to investigate. We're working on gathering additional information on the investigation, and you can watch for updates both on KELOLAND News and on KELOLAND.com. Crews are responding to a vehicle in a cornfield just north of I-90 in northern Sioux Falls. Take a look. Our photographer took these shots of first responders on the scene of a vehicle in a cornfield, and there's that clear smoke visibly coming out. The cornfield is near the intersection of 70th Street and Kiwanis Avenue. Stay up to date with this story on our website as well. Of course, another developing story this midday, the heat and the humidity that continues, but it appears, Megan, that there's going to be a break in the fever before too long, right?
That is right. We start by cooling down just a few degrees for tomorrow, and then our temperatures are going to be back to closer to normal for the weekend. Right now, it's sunny and hot in Sioux Falls, 90 degrees. West winds are at 6 miles an hour. Here's a look at some of the rest of our temperatures. 91 in Yankton, 80 in Brookings, 80 in Chamberlain, 87 in Phillip, and 94 in Rapid City. North Central and Northeastern KELOLAND are a little bit cooler due to some thick cloud cover, which we'll look at in just a second. We'll find our heat index numbers by adding the heat and humidity. So it feels like 102 in Spencer, 97 in Sioux Falls and Yankton, 91 in Phillip and Rapid City, and 97 in Winter. So we do have a heat advisory in place in those orange counties and an excessive heat warning in pink. Those expire this evening. We'll watch as those heat index values get up to 100 and up to 110 possible. Right now, we just have a very gentle breeze for a majority of KELOLAND. In western South Dakota, that wind is starting to pick up just a little bit. There is a look at that cloud cover in north central and northeastern KELOLAND. These areas dealt with some dense fog this morning, and that remaining cloud cover is still there, but nothing coming out of these clouds. The skies are going to stay dry. So for today, sunshine, 101 in Sioux Falls, 90 in Aberdeen, 100 in Pierre, and 96 in Rapid City. For tonight, we'll have partly to mostly clear skies, 73 in Sioux Falls, 68 in Aberdeen, 71 in Pierre, and 68 in Rapid City. Looking at tomorrow, we will be a couple of degrees cooler, still on the hot side, 95 in Sioux Falls, 87 in Aberdeen, 91 in Pierre, and 88 in Rapid City, with the chance for rain and thunderstorms. We'll take a closer look at the timing for the next chance of rain, plus your weekend cool down in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Megan. Officials say more than 1,000 people are still unaccounted for more than 2 weeks later. They're also pleading for more DNA samples from relatives of people still unaccounted for to identify remains found in the rubble of Lahaina in Hawaii. Officials say they have gone through all the single-story residential properties and are now focusing on larger buildings. Maui's police chief is asking for patience, prayers, and perseverance as the search continues. CBS News has learned Rudy Giuliani will be in Georgia today. His lawyer is expected to meet with the Fulton County District Attorney, and Giuliani could surrender to authorities as soon as today. He's one of 19 people charged with participating in a criminal enterprise aimed at reversing former President Donald Trump's 2020 electoral loss in Georgia. The former president, who has repeatedly denied all charges, says he will surrender tomorrow. Nicole Killian reports from outside Atlanta's Fulton County Jail.
Overnight, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office released the first mugshots of two of former President Trump's co-defendants in the sprawling criminal case in Georgia surrounding the alleged effort to change the state's results after President Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Scott Hall, a Georgia bail bondsman, is facing 7 counts, including conspiracy to commit election fraud. John Eastman, one of the alleged architects of the former president's strategy to use false electors, was also booked and released Tuesday.
I am confident that when the law is faithfully applied in this proceeding, all of my co-defendants and I will be fully vindicated.
So far, a dozen of the 19 co-defendants have secured bond agreements, including the former president, who has a bond set at $200,000 as he continues to deny any wrongdoing. Outside the Fulton County Jail, security is being stepped up as the sheriff warned of a hard lockdown ahead of Trump's expected arrest Thursday night. But a key member of Trump's inner circle, former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, asked for an extension to surrender, but he was rejected by the DA, who threatened to file warrants for his arrest after 12:30 p.m. Friday.
Meadows is one of 3 defendants seeking to move the case out of Fulton County to federal court. Meantime, overnight, 2 more defendants turned themselves in. They include Kathy Latham and David Schaefer, who are both accused in the false elector scheme. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Atlanta.